In today's video, we have one of the most difficult repos ever. An abandoned barn repo located 15 miles south of the shop. Before we go head to that one, we got to go repo a Lamborghini Revuelto in nearby city. So let's go head into the shop, grab a rollback, and get started for the day. Well, good morning, good morning. We just got some fuel in the pickup truck, and like I said, we're heading towards the shop. So game plan is grab a rollback. We'll take care of the easy job for the day, which is the Lambo. Located, I think, at the chocolate factory. That's what I last heard. They make chocolate milk and all other kinds of stuff. So we're going to head there, pick it up. He's not making the payments, the typical repo. And the second one is a repo that somebody discovered as they were hiking last week. Yes, they were going on a nice walk and they found this vehicle on the list, which is a 2020 Chevy, an abandoned barn. So we need to head over there, check it out. And it's actually been on a list for like 3 weeks now, but we've had no clue on where it could be. So game plan is we are going to grab the orange rollback because the yellow one's got something on it, which we're going to need for today's video, guys. We've got a pallet fork. I probably like, what is a pallet fork going to help us with? Well, we're going to grab the skid steer over there, the Kubota. We're going to use that to get the abandoned repo up on a trailer. That's how we're going to transport it. It's going to get pretty crazy. So stay tuned for that. But let's grab this one for now. It's free and clear, and we'll head out and grab the Lamborghini real quick. Also, check that out. We got some shop additions in the back to keep our repos in. So when we get back, we'll check that out also. Lots of new things for today. Make sure to drop a like if you do enjoy this series. And if you haven't subscribed, I would appreciate it a ton. All right, so Little Moo's Chocolate Factory. So they make chocolate milk, normal milk, strawberry milk, everything there. So it's actually located in the city. It's kind of like a local area. I heard the owner, Little Moo is his nickname, he bought a Lamborghini and he hasn't been making the payments on it. So we're going to go take it from him. No more Little Moo Lamborghini for him. We're going to take it and get this thing back to the shop. It should run good. No signs of any damage or anything. It's got the spare key here given to us by the dealership and the bank. So it should be a fairly easy load up. Transport it back quick. And yeah, today we're running solo again. The guys are farming. They're busy. They got a lot of field work to do. Let's cut through here. It's a little shortcut. Check this out. Right through there. All right. I'll never know we're coming. All right. We're pulling in, boys. Let's load this thing up. I think the best way to do it. Let's swing around back in. Let's get the roll back down right here. While that's rolling back, we're going to go grab the Lambo. All right, looks good. Spot 2. Here we go. Let's jump in, boys. Look at this thing. The paint job matches the Little Moo logo. All right, let's fire it up. There we go. Runs good. He was up on the curb, though. Might be some damage under the front splitter guard or something. So, all right, let's back it on the trailer here, boys. What's this button do? Okay, no, not that button. That's the door button. There we go. Looks good. Straight back. Okay, this is actually a wide vehicle, boys. Look at this. Perfect fit on the trailer. Shouldn't have any problems. And we're on. Load this thing up. Let's go. All right, the Lambo's on the back. It's loaded on. Maybe a few minor scratches up top there. But this thing is not light. As you guys can see, I got to be careful on the turning. It is heavy, and we might roll the pickup truck. Or the rollback truck, that is. So we got to be careful getting this thing back to the shop. We'll get it back and then locked away in our new secure garage, as you guys saw back there. It's actually pretty cool to check out. We're rolling about 84 miles an hour. We got a straightaway here. Let's get some speed. I don't think Lil Moo's coming after us, but we gotta be careful and make sure nobody's behind us and lead him back to the shop. That's the bad call since we've got nobody to watch us like Wade or Devin. They're not in to kind of give us some backup today. So we gotta be careful and make sure we always got eyes behind the back of our head. So we'll be back there very shortly, guys. Let's see when we're pulling in. Here we go. That's our street. Whoa, hold on to it. Jeez, as you guys saw there, we almost rolled it, but we're pulling back in. Let's make sure this thing stays straight, and then let's get this thing loaded in the back parking lot. Here we go. So this is the grand entrance to the parking garage. As you can see, we cleared all that out with the old garage. Get a nice ramp right there. No problems for that. No steep heights or anything. No crazy turns. We've got 2 garages, which is actually pretty awesome because we're going to separate them based on category. We do have a little bit smaller doors here. The one thing that we do have in addition is security. That's right. These things are 10 times more secure with security cameras, reinforced steel. The doors have got dual locks. The rolling doors have got, like, I think these bolts that go through in case we ever had to secure these things like crazy. Look at the thickness of the steel on that door. Yeah, you're not breaking through that versus the last one. Not so much. There we go. Let's get it unloaded into the shop. Okay, we'll park it in the back corner for now. We might have some readjusting to do, but that looks good. And we've also got the second shop. Same thing. Security cameras right there too. We've actually got a security camera facing towards the backwoods. And the reason we did that, as you can see, let me show you, that camera faces back here. Now, where does this lead to, you may ask? It leads down to onto the river and the pond. So we might have some people showing up by boat trying to steal the repos back. But ha, check that out. We got them caught on camera, and then they won't be able to. So works out pretty good. A little bit more secure down here. Wade's fishing spot did get kind of yeah, well, it got destroyed. So he's gonna have to go find some more fishing. There's actually some nice spots down the pond here and the river, but look at that. There's actually a cool shed over there. We'll have to check that out someday. Anyhow, first repo is done, boys. Let's lock up the shop. You know the deal. And I think it's time to get prepared for repo number 2, which is gonna be a more difficult one. So let's head to the shop and get everything ready to go. Alrighty, pulling in here. Looks good. So like I said, guys, we got to grab the Kubota for this one. The reason we're going to have to use this is because the battery is most likely going to be dead on the vehicle that's in the abandoned barn. So we're going to have to use this skid steer to push it up onto the trailer in order to get it back to this repo shop and charge it up, because we're not going to be able to do an emergency battery charge. It's not possible. We got to be in and out of there quick in case anybody's watching or has any trail cams or anything. So we're going to grab the forks, which is why we got it loaded up on the back here. All right, let's tilt it forward. Looks good. Okay, we got it connected. Let's go ahead and unstrap it. Looks good. So game plan. We're going to use the orange one again. I'm actually going to get the rollback down. Skid steer will be loaded on the back of that. Then what we're going to do is going to grab a trailer. We're going to use the trailer and the skid steer, and that's where the vehicle is going to be sitting on. All right, this is a little tricky. The ramps aren't going down since we're on an incline here. Look at that. Multitasking. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna set the forks down right there. That way the weight distribution is good. The skid steer is heavy to be on the back of this thing, so we'll strap it down. Looks good right there. I think we're ready to roll. I think we got everything loaded up. Skid steer's good. Let's jump out of that. We'll back out of the shop and we'll go select one of the trailers we got around the side of the building here. Looks like the one with no top deck on it. As you can see, the middle one does. We don't need that. Oh my gosh, I just took out the trailer basically. Hold on, let's try that again. All right, we got ourselves a Diamond C trailer. The turning radius, good. Check. Everything looks good on that. Oh my gosh, I just ran over the mini bike. That Wade's gonna be mad at me for that one. Oh gosh. Maybe we should have brought one of the boys along with us for this one, but don't worry. We'll get the job done. We're heading out, boys. Job 2. This is the ultimate mission. Recover the truck that's been sitting in an abandoned barn. Sounds pretty crazy, but I don't know. I think it's 2020. It's probably gonna be dead battery, like I said. We just got word that it's been sitting there for maybe a few years, but yeah, that's good that someone found it as they were going on their hike. How we're gonna get down there, I actually have to check the map. We are here now. We're gonna cruise over here. We're gonna go down there, spin around through here, and then I think it's located somewhere down there. You can actually see the hiker gave us a little vehicle destination, so we're gonna go through these trails. We're going off-roading, but let's go ahead and get across the bridge right through down here, and we'll be getting out there. Hang a right, there's the Central Cafe. We're actually going through the subdivision. We don't really go over here this side of town too much. Mostly not many vehicle repos, but this is the main street that goes through. Pretty nice. A lot of nice houses up here too. There's the football field, high school, and everything else through the town, so pretty cool. I think since all these repos are gonna be cleared out through Riverbend, I think we're actually moving to a new shop somewhere in a new town. We're gonna open Riverbend Repo in a new location coming soon, but we're crossing the bridge now. As you guys can see, we're gonna start a 10-mile drive. We'll be there soon, and we are arriving. I showed you guys the trails. These are the trails that lead us up to this barn. It's gonna be pretty difficult. Let's go ahead and get up through here. Hopefully we don't have any problems. Okay, is that the barn? That might be the barn. I know there was a couple different ones around here, so we gotta look at the picture. Let's see. Okay, it's this one right there with the green doors. So we'll go look at that one. There's the first barn. That's gotta be it right up there. There it is. Oh my gosh, is that a sailboat washed up? Yeah, this place has been abandoned for quite some time. Look at this. Okay, well, there might be people watching, guys, or they might have trail cams. So let's get to work here. The first game plan is we need to get the trailer backed up in this direction. That way when we load up the truck, it's easy. It's gonna be a little bit of a tricky job. Remember that. This truck's got a dead battery most likely. We'll try and start it, but first things first. There we go. We got it tilted back, the tilt deck on the Diamond C. So what we can do is disconnect that for now. That should sit there, and let's get the rollback down with the skid steer. There we go. We got the skid steer, boys. Let's go open up the front doors, and also we're going to use this skid steer to open the door. Look at this, boys. This is how you break a lock. Don't try this at home. Here we go, boys. Pull up. Look at that. We got the hinge broken off. Let's open up this thing. All you had to do was lift, and there we go. That's the truck. The trail person was right. They were peeking in through these windows, seeing if there's anything that they could find, and they found this. The word around town gets around fast. So let's go ahead, get into this place, and find a way how to get it onto the trailer if it doesn't start. I don't think it's going to start, but it's actually pretty clean for an abandoned truck here. 2020. All right, let's go see if it starts. I think I've got a little bit of battery. Not enough for a starter, though. Look at that. Yep. Okay. It's just shorting out. Not enough juice. Very, very minimal left. So let's go around here. This is how we're going to have to maneuver in this building to get this thing loaded up on the trailer. And hopefully we have enough power. This looks like a heavy-duty pickup truck. So right through here. Looks good. Good maneuvering. There we go. Crank it around. The skid steer is pretty heavy duty, boys. We shouldn't have any problems. But what we're going to do is we're going to be a little bit crazy. We're going to have to lift this thing up in order to move it. Remember, this is a repo. We don't care how this thing turns out. Look at that. Okay, we got the truck moving. We're going to go ahead, stop there. We're going to head over to the front left tire, pull it over a little bit. So that way it's lined up straight. This actually is working great. We can also make the forks go inward like that if we want to adjust it for the tires. Here we go, boys. Let's try this. Lift. There we go. Okay, let's go crank it and back up. It's moving a little bit. I think we got to get a little bit more traction on the suspension maybe. All right, that's not going to work. We got to go find a new solution. We're going to go on the other side and push it instead of trying to pull it towards us. All right, look at this awesome maneuvering skill, boys. Here we go. Let's go ahead and push this truck. Let's go ahead and get underneath the undercarriage. And there we go. Let's line it up so we can actually be even. But I think it's going to work. Ready? Watch this. Okay, look, it's lined up with the door. That worked out great. Let's set it down. There we go. Now that's lined up, we should be able to push it on the trailer. Let's go line up the trailer with the front door. We'll be able to push this thing right on. Smooth as butter. Here we go, boys. Wait for the rollback to go on. Looks clear. Let's go ahead and back up to the trailer. Get it hooked up. And like I said, we got to get this trailer lined up perfectly with how that vehicle's going to be loaded on. That's our only shot. We'll throw the parking brake on this thing. We should have the trailer brake on. And this thing shouldn't go anywhere when you try and load it on. So it looks good. Not yet. Hold on. As you can see, if I put the ramps down too early, the trailer will slide. So let's make sure we get this thing lined up just about perfectly. And then we'll be ready to go. Looks good, boys. I think the skid steer is ready to get to work here. Let's continue maneuvering around this crazy shop. Oh my gosh, this is tricky. This is, in fact, the most difficult repo, like I stated before. So here we go, boys. Game plan. Load it up on the trailer. Okay, here we go. We'll go from the bottom. The back trailer hitch is probably the best part to grab this, and we still won't damage it. So right there looks good. All right, push this thing on the trailer. Looks lined up straight. We're moving there. Oh, I'm worried about the ceiling height. Let's go ahead and lower the skid steer a little bit. Now that we get the front tires on, we're going to go ahead and tilt the trailer just a little bit more even right there. That way we'll clear the top. As you can see, we should have good clearance. Lift. Here we go. All right, we're on the trailer, boys. Let's stop right there. Let's make sure we get this thing loaded up, and then we got to get the skid steer rolling and get out of here. But this has been a difficult repo. Let's see. Tilt it that way. All right, the truck's on. Let's get this skid steer going. Looks good right there. Suspension's a little wacky on the other side, but we should be good. We're hanging off the back. Let's get this skid steer and get out of here. It's like they'll never know we were here. This worked out perfect. A lot easier than I actually thought, but it was also difficult at the same time. We needed precise maneuvering skills, and we had to know what we were doing, or else we wouldn't get the job done. Here we go. Load it up and get out of here. You know, the skid steer actually works for great weight distribution because we got the truck on the back of the trailer, and this thing's on the back of the rollback, so it actually holds it up pretty good. Worked out great for our game plan. Let's go ahead, go left here, saves us a turn, and then we'll get back on that main road, which took us here to get back to the shop. So not too far, but not too short of a drive. So we'll be pulling back in shortly. We're crossing the main bridge. I actually love this bridge. Check out the view. This is probably the biggest bridge, and then we got all the harbors down there. There's some waterfront houses with docks. There's a lot to explore that we haven't seen yet. So guys, we're gonna head back to the shop, like you know, and get this thing unloaded. We're gonna try and actually get it running. We're gonna see if it starts before we give it to the bank, because they're gonna need to drive it to wherever they take it for the repos. Obviously we store it for a short amount of time, so we need to get it running in case we ever need to have to move it, or just see if it runs. It would be interesting. So we'll see you guys back at the shop. We'll grab the jumper cables and get this thing moving and see if it runs. So see you guys back at Riverbend Repo. All right, moment of truth. We got the jumper cables emergency start hooked up, so let's see if we can get this thing started. Oh, it turned over. Jeez. All I needed was a new battery, a little bit of emergency start, and this thing was already ready to run. Here we go, boys. Let's get it unloaded. Look at that. Drives like it's brand new. Oh, this is actually awesome. The Carhartt Z71 Chevy. This is awesome. It's got the Duramax diesel, and its idle is pretty cool. I think it's got a turbo exhaust. We got some customizations on this thing, too. As you can see, you got like pinstripe on the side. The lights are cool. As you can see, we got a few different light options. We got bed lights. Awesome. Look at the front, interior. This is a clean truck, boys. I think we might actually have to buy one of these, the Carhartt Edition Chevy. But this one ain't ours. This is the bank. So let's get it into our shop. Oh, this thing runs good, boys. I want to keep this thing forever. Hey, maybe we could buy it when it goes to auction. The bank does got to auction it off, so maybe we go to that. Go to a little vehicle auction. Oh, let's back it in. There we go. Looks good. And that's the repos for the day. A nice Lamborghini and a Chevrolet. Thanks for watching today's video, guys. If you did enjoy today's episode at Riverbend Repo, drop a thumbs up down below and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.